This could be a love reading, a wish, dream come true on the horizon for you. I feel like there's plans here. Interesting. Okay, we're going to ask our angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our space for divine guidance and messages for our highest and greatest good. So it is and so it will be. What's the message for us? Let's see. Wow. Four of Swords and the Fool. This is really a time of rest before something new begins. It's kind of like wrapping up. Something's being wrapped up, right? I feel like there's going to be an increase. So it's kind of like take the time now to rest before things pick up a bit. Okay, so you must have gained a new outlook. Maybe there's a bit of like healing going on, maybe just working through prayer, like praying, maybe even learning, going within for guidance, right? Connecting with your higher self, maybe your spiritual team, maybe you're, you're in your religion or your belief systems at this time. Maybe there's been something that's been illuminated to you as it relates to this. I feel like you could be the one now, or you're being guided to look at something specifically at this time. Okay. So what are you trying to, there we go. We have a Page of Cups. All right. So there could be some things that like you're working through. Sometimes when I see the Page of Cups, it reminds me of like our inner child and, how we can kind of like tune into that energy and kind of work on freeing our inner child, having that childlike wonder, that innocence, the purity, with the white dog, the purity. It's like a carefree energy too. So this could be something that either you love doing or something that you might love coming your way. It's like also represents a bit of like childlike interest, playfulness. You might be someone who's very playful like just by nature. Seven of Pentacles. All right, so there is something here that has like a good amount of investment in it. Maybe there's somebody who's like, hey, I like what you put out there. And maybe they have some good advice. Okay, maybe there's some advice, or this could be somebody who's maybe doing a bit of evaluating, maybe where they find themselves. So this could be you. You could be looking at things like, I think I want to make some adjustments, or I maybe need to prioritize some things, or what is this all kind of working towards? So there's a bit of needing some direction, maybe a little insight. Let me give advice on here regarding the Seven of Pentacles. You could be like reaping what you have sown too. So you may have been making like some solid investments and they're starting to pay off. Okay, but I feel like it's about how do we get to the next level. And then I have the Lovers, Queen of Cups. Interesting. What do we have here? An Emperor and a Three of Swords comes out. Okay, so you could be, this could be someone that is like a father figure. Okay, this might have been something that, doesn't or hasn't had the best outcome, or there's not a great outcome here. This is something that's somewhat devastating, actually. I feel like maybe there's like an apology here or some sort of like acknowledgement that maybe an investment here that was made really didn't, accomplish what it was desired. And as a result, like there's backlash for this. I feel like this is why they need you to rest at this time, because there's something going on that you're not affected by because your back is to this energy. And I'm getting like there's a lot of immaturity here. And I feel like there was a lot done here. And I feel like this is kind of like someone falling from grace in some way. Okay, so see how that might resonate. It could be like a boss or someone who, you know, is controlling and maybe, you know, entertains or just plays mind games, pulls with like heartstrings. I'm getting that kind of energy, especially when it comes to like relationships. Okay, and then I have a Queen of Cups, and then I have a Two of Pentacles, and then I have a Two of Cups. So I feel like whatever this was, they juggled themselves right out of your life. I feel like you stand for truth, faith. Okay, there's something that you're here to kind of share, okay, on a bigger scale. This was all for your growth and development. You gained a skill, you stepped into your, you know, purpose here. There's this like being able to contribute and help others on the path. Like there's, I'm getting like you're the Mason being represented in this card, and these two are coming and saying, hey, you know, we would like you to create something for us. You have the expertise. Let's work together. So there's something coming in here that, you know, has like has some sort of like development. There's a big development coming. Okay, so if you've been kind of feeling like, okay, I'm meant to work with others, and I feel like there are some things that I have as far as ideas, and I know other people have ideas, I'd love to collaborate. I feel like that's kind of the energy I'm picking up. Okay, and I feel like whatever was going on here, like behind your back, let it stay behind your back. I don't feel like it's any of your business. I feel like what went on and what they created for themselves, like that's on them. Like you didn't have any part of that. So the advice here is to kind of like mind your own business and focus on what you do want, and, you know, not what you don't want. Okay, I feel like, you know, cause and effect is playing out here in this situation. So I feel like, you know, someone may have been betrayed, okay, or someone's being betrayed, okay, yeah. So, you know, I feel like what goes around comes around, I feel, is like what's playing out here. So if this is resonating for you, I'm sorry, that can be painful, but I feel like a new beginning is playing out here. I feel like try not to worry, try not to get stuck in your head and overthinking. Again, like putting your energy towards something constructive. Okay, so this could be you committed to learning something new, or a craft, a hobby. I feel like it's almost like time doesn't pass. So this could be like something you're getting really good at. There's a sense of accomplishment with this. Okay, I feel like those who, you know, wanted to prevent this from happening for you, this new beginning, and try to keep you stuck and trapped in the past and not able to move on, I feel like they're experiencing their own strife in life, and that's balance. That's divine justice, balance playing out here. Yeah, there will be different decisions to make with the Two of Swords about which direction to take. I feel like there's something that you're feeling called to do that's maybe very different than what you've done before. I feel like, you know, there is this like regret. There is this like watching from afar, and there is like this wanting to you know, move on. There's something new to create. There's new experiences here. I feel like someone's meant to like be in their spiritual authority here too, with the Magician and the Queen of Wands. So I feel like there's that energy as well, just in this part of the deck. So Hierophant here. Yeah, I feel like this is a really cool opportunity that's gonna lead to like higher learning and higher skills. So if you're looking for like a career or changing career, or maybe a different type of job, I feel like if you're thinking about like taking courses or learning more about something and developing a skill, I'd say that this is like the support for that. I would also say you very much could be like, you know, starting something new and then, you know, learning on the job, or there's like room for advancement. There's a lot of growth here. There's potential, lots of potential. And this also could be like a spiritual path too. So if you're looking to kind of like, go that route. That's where you're at in life. You could be learning, you could be studying, you could be teaching in some way, you could have a platform. I feel like there's an experience that you've specifically had that holds a lot of like value. And because of that experience, it's like allowed you to have some sort of expertise. And with this expertise, I feel like there are many to, like partner with, work with. It's like for the sake of the greater good energy. So interesting. Yeah. I feel like somebody maybe created with the wrong team. I feel like someone switched teams, because as I go down a little bit further here, I see a King of Cups. Remember we saw a Queen of Cups? So where's this King of Cups at? I don't usually, where was it? Anyways, there was a King of Cups, and then it led to the Devil. And there was a Knight of Wands as well. So I was like, like I feel like somebody was playing both sides, or didn't matter what side as long as they benefited on whichever side they landed on. So I feel like this energy like showed themselves as like an opportunist, or someone who like cons their way in and out of things. Someone who makes other people look bad so that they look better. There's this whole like, almost energy of like, I thought I knew that person or people or group. Like I thought they were my people. Yeah, see, here's that King of Cups, and then there's a Ten of Wands. So someone is like heavily burdened by maybe what they've been doing behind everyone's back, or this is what brought them burdens. Okay, look, and then the Devil. Remember how I said the Devil's like right behind this Knight of Wands? I feel like someone, that saying like the devil made me do it. Yeah, there was some, dirty deeds over here going on for the sake of money. Like there was money exchanged. Okay, High Priestess energy, secret lovers. That's who you are. Queen of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. Someone who's like, I feel like somebody has someone else on the side. Okay. So I feel like that's also going on. Yeah, I feel like there's something that's like going on that someone is like receiving from. It's like receiving from and giving to others is what I'm getting. So I'm getting like this could be like an undercover situation, but we're just gonna leave it there. Okay, justice is playing out in the situation. There's an ending with this. There'll be a transition, and something new will be learned from this. Okay, there's like a passionate new beginning. Okay, so don't worry, everything gets sorted out. I feel like there's a need to kind of like trust this process a little bit. And yeah, things kind of sometimes when they're coming to an end, they can get a little ugly, they can get a little messy. So it's important for you to be patient with yourself and give yourself some grace. You are not the same person you once were. And the fact that you're paying attention to what's going on around you and managing yourself and your energy and being, a conscious creator, right? Cause and effect, will help greatly. So, that's for everybody. I'll see you in the next reading.